السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بكم، معكم محمود. في هذا الفيديو سوف نقوم بشرح 1E That's not funny. الآن سوف نقوم بشرح أوراق العمل وقراءة أهم الكلمات. قم بالترديد معي وكتابة كل كلمة في المربع الذي أمامها، ولا تنسى تحميل الأوراق من الرابط في أسفل الفيديو، ولا تنسى أيضا الاشتراك في القناة وتفعيل جرس التنبيهات. Vocabulary: almost annoyed, bump into, embarrassed, furious, lamppost, spill, turn off, whisper, apologize, cry, embarrassing, grab, sip, touch, wave. Idioms: drive somebody up to the wall, get on somebody's nerves, get rid as a beetroot, laugh one's head off, make a fool of oneself, nearly jump out of one's skin, not believe your eyes, want the ground swallow you up. الآن سوف ننتقل إلى الكتاب المدرسي لشرح الدروس الموجودة عندنا في الدرس. 1. Vocabulary Idioms. Read the sentence below and decide what the expressions involved express. How do the people feel? Use the words in the box. Surprised, embarrassed, annoyed. 1. When I realized that everyone was laughing at me, I wanted the ground to swallow me up. He was embarrassed. 2. Jack couldn't believe his eyes when he saw his brother's new car. Can't believe his eyes. He was surprised. 3. Faye went red as a beetroot when she fell down and started crying in front of her classmates. Went red as a beetroot. She was embarrassed. 4. My sister always borrows my clothes without asking me, and she never apologizes. She is getting on my nerves. Getting on my nerves. Annoyed. 5. I want to enter the school competition because I will only make a fool of myself. Make a fool of myself. He was embarrassed. 6. The noise is driving me up the wall. I can't stand it driving me up the wall. He was annoyed. 7. I was laying on the sofa half asleep when the phone rang. I nearly jumped out of my skin. He was surprised. Listen, discuss. Have you ever forgotten to do something important? Yes, I have. What were the consequences? I was very embarrassed and my friends were angry. Look at pictures AD and try to guess what happened to Len yesterday. Listen to Len telling a friend about his experience and put the pictures in order. Is Len's story similar to what you expected? We will listen to the story twice. After we finish, we will reorder the photos and answer the questions.
1E. That's not funny. 2. Listening.
B. Look at the pictures A to D and try to guess what happened to Len yesterday. Then listen to Len telling a friend about his experience and put the pictures in order. Is Len's story similar to what you expected?
Morning, Len.
Hi, John. Have you heard?
Heard what?
I did something really stupid yesterday.
You didn't make a fool of yourself during yesterday's meeting again, did you?
No, the meeting went very well.
So, what's up?
Well, you know Terry, the window cleaner?
Yeah, I really like him.
He's not too fond of me at the moment.
Why not?
You know he uses our office window to go outside sometimes.
Yeah, it's the easiest way to get to those high windows. And he was cleaning them yesterday. What happened?
Well, after a while, it started getting cold in here, so I closed the window without thinking. Then I had to go to the meeting, and it went on and finished after 8 o'clock. I had an appointment at the dentist and I was kind of late. So after the meeting I ran back here, turned the lights off and left. And I was the last one out of the office.
Oh no, you didn't. So did the cleaners open the window to let him in later in the evening?
No, it was Tuesday yesterday, remember?
Of course. They come on Mondays, Wednesdays and Saturdays. So, who let him in?
Me. I came in early this morning because I had to prepare some notes. And as I sat down, I heard a tap on the window.
So he was out there all night. Len, that's terrible.
Please, I feel bad enough as it is.
What did you say to him?
I tried to apologise, but he didn't want to listen. He just left.
Looks like we'll need a new window cleaner.
You can say that again.
Morning, Len.
Hi, John. Have you heard?
Heard what?
I did something really stupid yesterday.
You didn't make a fool of yourself during yesterday's meeting again, did you?
No, the meeting went very well.
So, what's up?
Well, you know Terry, the window cleaner?
Yeah, I really like him.
He's not too fond of me at the moment.
Why not?
You know he uses our office window to go outside sometimes.
Yeah, it's the easiest way to get to those high windows. And he was cleaning them yesterday. What happened?
Well, after a while, it started getting cold in here, so I closed the window without thinking. Then I had to go to the meeting, and it went on and finished after 8 o'clock. I had an appointment at the dentist and I was kind of late. So after the meeting I ran back here, turned the lights off and left. And I was the last one out of the office.
Oh no, you didn't. So did the cleaners open the window to let him in later in the evening?
No, it was Tuesday yesterday, remember?
Of course. They come on Mondays, Wednesdays and Saturdays. So, who let him in?
Me. I came in early this morning because I had to prepare some notes. And as I sat down, I heard a tap on the window.
So he was out there all night. Len, that's terrible.
Please, I feel bad enough as it is.
What did you say to him?
I tried to apologise, but he didn't want to listen. He just left.
Looks like we'll need a new window cleaner.
You can say that again.
C. Listen again and write T for true or F for false. Len did something stupid at the meeting. False. 2. John dislikes the window cleaner. False. 3. It was the first time the window cleaner used Len's office window to go outside. False. 4. Len was at the dentist at 8 o'clock. False. 5. The cleaners don't clean the office on Tuesdays. True. 6. The window cleaner was locked in Len's office all night. False. 3. Speaking. Choose one of the pictures below and imagine that you are the person in it. Describe what happened to you and how you felt. I chose the photo on your right hand. Wave, bump into lamp post. Last week I was walking in the street when I saw some of my friends on the other side. I looked to them and waved to say hi. Unfortunately, there was a lamp post in front of me. I didn't notice it and I bumped into it. I didn't hear badly, but they laughed at me. Really, I was so embarrassed. For writing an account of a true event, discuss. Have you ever done anything very embarrassing? Yes, I have. What was it? Check lesson D. We will explain it in lesson D. B. Read the account and answer the questions. A day I will never forget. We will read and listen to the account. After that, we will answer the questions.
4. Writing.
A day I'll never forget. Probably the most embarrassing thing I've ever done was 2 years ago. I was travelling by train, going from Paris to London with some friends from university. There were many people on the train, so I had to wait for almost half an hour to get some coffee. As soon as I sat down with my coffee, I realised I needed to get something from my luggage. So I said to my friends, "Nobody touch my coffee," and left. However, on my way back to my seat, I saw one of my friends sipping my coffee. I was furious. "Hey, that's mine," I shouted, and grabbed the cup, which wasn't a good idea, because I spilt the coffee all over him and even on a few other passengers. But the worst thing was that the person with the coffee wasn't my friend. It just looked like him from behind. My friends who were further up the train were laughing their heads off. I immediately apologized to the people, but they were still pretty angry with me. I wanted the ground to swallow me up. I'll never forget that day.
1. When and where did the event take place? It took place 2 years ago on a train going from Paris to London. 2. How did the writer feel during and at the end of his experience? In the middle of his experience, the writer felt furious. At the end of his experience, the writer felt embarrassed. 3. What is the purpose of each paragraph? The introductory paragraph introduction gives the background of the event and introduces the main characters. Second paragraph, main part, describes how the event started and developed. The concluding paragraph, conclusion, describes the outcome of the event and makes a short comment on it. 4. Why does the writer use direct speech? Because he wants to make the account more realistic and interesting. 5. Which tenses does the writer use? The past simple and the past progressive. 6. Which linking words does the writer use and why? As soon as, for time, but, however, for contrast, because, for cause, so for result. He used them to make his writing fluid. C. Join the pairs of sentence using the linking words or phrases in the box. More than answer may be correct. We have these linking words: as soon as, when, before, as, because, while, but, so. We want to link this sentence with these linking words. 1. I realized that Nasser was angry. I stopped laughing. We can use as soon as or when. As soon as, when I realized that Nasser was angry, I stopped laughing. I stopped laughing because I realized that Nasser was angry. I realized that Nasser was angry, so I stopped laughing. 2. Abdullah was running up the stairs. He fell and broke his leg. While Abdullah was running up the stairs, he fell and broke his leg. Abdullah fell and broke his leg as he was running up the stairs. 3. Bob took a taxi to work. He was late. Bob took a taxi to work because he was late. Bob was late for work, so he took a taxi. 4. They left the room. The baby started crying. As soon as they left the room, the baby started crying. When they left the room, the baby started crying. 5. I start work at 9. I always get up at 8. I started work at 9, but I get up at 8. I get up at 8 because I start work at 9. 6. We had dinner, then we went out. As soon as we had dinner, we went out. Before we went out, we had dinner. Writing task. D. Think about a funny, embarrassing, or annoying experience that you have had and write about it. Your account should be between 100 or 120 words. Okay, now we will go to page 12 in the workbook. An account of a true event. Brainstorm ideas for your account. Introduction. Describing the scene. Last month. Where did the event take place? At a shopping center. Who were you with? My family. Narrating the event. What happened? First, I went to the shopping center with my family. How did you feel? I was happy. What did you do? I was trying on some t-shirts. What happened next? One of the customers came and asked me to help him. Conclusion. Ending the account. What happened in the end? I shouted at one of the customers there. How did you feel? I felt embarrassed. Use your plan on the previous page to write your account. Last month, I went shopping in the city center with my family. We went to the shopping center to buy some clothes. When I was trying on some t-shirts, one of the customers came to me and said where I can find a big size for these shoes. I said, I am sorry, I don't work here. He looked at me and said sorry. After a while, another one came and asked me about his trousers color. I was angry and shouted at him and said, go and ask one of the workers there. He answered, but you wear the same clothes as them. I was amazed and found that all of the workers were wearing the same t-shirt like me. I didn't know how that happened. I was very embarrassed and left the shop quickly. Finally, I decided not to wear it again.
الآن سوف ننتقل إلى كتاب النشاط لحل الأسئلة الواردة على الدرس. That's not funny. A. Match. What do you think about John? C. I don't like him very much. He is starting to get on my nerves. 2. Did you get scared when you saw the mouse in the kitchen? E. Are you kidding? I nearly jumped out of my skin. 3. I can't stand Bill sometimes. He is so annoying. A. I know what you mean. He drives me up the wall sometimes too. 4. What did Paul do when he bumped into the door? B. He went red as a beetroot and left the room. 5. I didn't expect Ali to come to your house. F. I know. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw him. 6. How did you feel when you forgot what you wanted to say during the presentation? D. I wanted the ground to swallow me up. I was really embarrassed. B. Complete the dialogue with the sentence AE. James. Hey, Tommy. Tom. Tommy, what? James. D. Turn off the radio. I want to tell you something. Okay, what is it? E. Did I tell you what happened yesterday? No, what? 3. B. My noisy neighbors were driving me up the wall all day. So I phoned Jason and we decided to go cycling in the park, just to relax. I do that sometimes too. A. Well, as we were cycling and talking, Jason bumped into a tree. No, ha, that's funny. I know. C. I was laughing my head off. Was Jason embarrassed? Oh yes, and he was really annoyed. C. Read the following account of a true event. Join the sentence with the words given. Last Wednesday, I made a fool of myself while I was on my way to work. I usually go to work by car, but it was at the garage, so I decided to take the bus. After about 5 minutes, a bus arrived. It was full. I waited for the next one, used but and so. After about 5 minutes, a bus arrived, but it was full, so I waited for the next one. I was happy. The next bus was empty because the next bus was empty. The bus stopped. I got on and went to the back. As soon as the bus stopped, I got on and went to the back. I sat down. I opened my book and began reading. After I had sat down, I opened my book and began reading. I was reading for a while. At some point, I closed my eyes and started snoring. I was reading for a while, and at some point, I closed my eyes and started snoring. I opened my eyes. I saw about 10 people looking at me and laughing. When I opened my eyes, I saw about 10 people looking at me and laughing. The bus stopped. I got off. As soon as the bus stopped, I got off. I haven't taken the bus since then, but next time I do, I will make sure I keep my eyes open.